Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Back to another beer review, another new brewery alert on the channel. You guys know I love checking out new breweries. Never heard of these guys. Magnify Brewing, and they are out of Fairfield, New Jersey, courtesy of my man Dave. This is Peak of Ripeness, and this beer is very intriguing to me because it says it's dry hopped with Nelson, one of my favorite hops. I was actually getting ready to review a beer called Smell You Later, which was a Magnify and Finback collaboration that he said was really, really good, and I looked on the can and it said it was brewed with honey, so I didn't drink it. My wife drank it and she loved it, so sorry Dave, I made a commitment this year to not drink beers with lactose or honey in it, and I had no idea. He just randomly sent me a box. He sent the Equilibrium beers that we reviewed that were awesome, and threw these in as like extras, which is super, super cool. It was a bummer. I really wanted to try that beer because I guess it was double dry hopped with experimental hops. So it sounded awesome, but so does this beer. 6.5% India Pale Ale. He sent a couple other Magnify beers too, so we'll review all of them. But yeah, I loves me some Nelson. This is, I don't know how old these guys are. This can isn't dated, but I'm sure this is fairly fresh, so looking forward to it. We're winding down the Labor Day weekend. Had a bunch of family over this weekend for my mom's birthday. This looks awesome, by the way. And I opened a beer from Alvarado Street, Dwayne's World, that was a Nelson beer, and it was amazing. I didn't do a review of that because I was sharing it and everyone loved it, but that was a West Coast beer, but I miss Nelson. I love Nelson beers. So this beer looks awesome. It looks like freaking pineapple juice and a solid finger of bright white head. It is like foamy, frothy, sudsy. It looks killer. I can smell it from here. It looks awesome in that glassware. So definitely that New England style. This smells like candy. It's crazy. Let's shove our nose in it. It does. It smells like grape candy. That smells so good. It's Nelson. It's got that earthy, just think like dusty, like what? I've talked about it before. I wish I could better describe earthy. It just, when you smell it, you know what earthy is. I talked about like when you walk outside after it rains, like you get up in the morning after it rained all night, like it's just like this musty, earthy smell. Nelson does that for me. But it's like grape candy. There's a little tropical fruitiness in there too. There's like a papaya kind of guava thing. Maybe even like a little bit of mango. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't look this beer up, so I don't know like what hops it's brewed with. It just says it's dry hop with Nelson. The Nelson is definitely there. I mean, 6.5%, you don't smell any booze. It smells killer. So I am ready to taste this. Dave, cheers. Thank you, sir. This weather is so weird. It finally cooled off. It was like 95 all weekend. That's delicious. But now it's like overcast and humid, but it's cool. It's a weird day. I was hoping it was going to be better weather this weekend for Labor Day weekend, but it wasn't. This beer is awesome. Taste follows the nose. Think of grape hard candy. And there's a nice, just earthy, it's like this earthy, dusty thing that's just mid-palate to finish. Super dry. My tongue, like, I feel like I could scrape it. It's so dry. But it finishes with this cool, like, sweet kind of, it's like, candied grapes is the best way to describe it. Grape skin, it's vinous, it has like that kind of white wine characteristic. Super duper drying though, which at 6.5% you could chug this. You just want to keep taking sips of it. My mouth, like all the saliva is gone. I mean, it's not like a crazy chewy mouthfeel, but 6.5%, you don't need that to be. This is just an awesome showcase of Nelson hops. It's not like crazy over the top. It's just so good, so solid. Super balanced too with like those sweet kind of bready malts on the finish of it. It's just so drying and awesome. Like I literally could drink this whole thing right now. When Nelson hops are done right, they're so good. I feel like a lot of people don't like Nelson hops. If you're not a Nelson fan, what is it about Nelson that you don't like? I'd like to talk to people about that. This is great though. I love that candied grape skin. And it's so easy drinking. Super flavorful, very well balanced. There's a nice, almost like citrusy, rindy pithiness that's on the middle of your tongue. It's just so dry too. I know I keep saying that, but it's crazy dry on the finish of that. Really, really good stuff. Awesome first impression from these guys. It's a solid A beer for me, like 95. Peak of ripeness. There's a picture of a pineapple on here. So I don't know if there's like Galaxy hops in there maybe. I'm not sure. I know it's dry hopped with Nelson. I'd imagine there might be like, I don't know, Citra or Amarillo hops in there just because of that kind of pithy citrus awesomeness that you get on the middle of your tongue. I didn't really get pineapple from it. I know there's a picture of a pineapple. It was more like kind of papaya-ish, like guava on the nose. But I'm gonna look up the hops when I'm done shooting this video to see what it was. But that's Peak of Ripeness from Magnify Brewing. Awesome first beer, Dave. I appreciate you sending that one, my friend. So I'm excited to drink the rest of the ones that you sent me. So if you guys had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these